Hey friends, welcome. April 2nd, 2025. What if Jesus Christ was still walking the earth today? Not as a shadow from the past or a distant deity in a stained glass window, but in real streets, touching real lives. What if he came to our cities in the flesh? Talking with students, praying with the broken, eating with the hungry, and speaking life into the most overlooked corners of society. This is what this series is all about. Following Jesus one day at a time in a new city each day, as if he still walks among us in 2025. We walk beside him. We listen in as he reaches the forgotten, the overlooked, the weary, and the proud. He always begins with prayer. He always ends with love. And today, his shoes walk the sidewalks of Tallahassee, Florida. Let's walk with Jesus. Before the city stirs, Jesus is already awake, standing at the edge of the waterfall at Cascades Park, watching the first rays of dawn spill over the skyline. The sound of rushing water and chirping birds surrounds him as he kneels on the dew-kissed grass. The park is still, serene, and his clothing moves lightly in the early morning breeze. Abba, he whispers, thank you for this day. Let me walk slowly enough to notice pain. Give me ears to hear hearts that don't know how to speak. And let your mercy go ahead of me, softening every path. A man in running gear jogs past without seeing him. A young mother pushes a stroller nearby, headphones in, unaware. But Jesus is praying for them anyway. He's always praying, even for those who don't know they need it. By late morning, the sprawling lawns of Landis Green are buzzing with students at Florida State University. Some playing frisbee, some studying, others just scrolling their phones. Jesus sits beneath one of the tall oaks lining the walkway near Strozier Library, crossed legs on the grass, watching and listening. He carries no sign, no Bible, no bullhorn, just presence. That's when Jordan, a pre-law student carrying a heavy backpack and a heavier heart, notices him. Something about this man's stillness in the chaos, it draws him. Jordan hesitates, then walks over. You waiting for someone? Jesus smiles. I'm waiting for whoever needs to talk. Jordan exhales. That might be me. They sit. Jordan speaks of pressure, of being the smart one in his family, of panic attacks he hides with caffeine and silence, of sleepless nights spent wondering if he'll ever truly feel free. Jesus listens with his whole heart. Then he says, Jordan, you don't have to earn the right to be loved. You already are. The Father is not waiting for your performance. He's waiting for your heart. Tears well in Jordan's eyes. The dam breaking. It's the first time in months someone has looked through him instead of at him. Midday heat settles over Frenchtown, but the energy is vibrant at the local farmers market. Smells of smoked sausage, fresh collard greens, and citrus fill the air. Booths overflow with produce and handmade crafts. Jesus weaves through the crowd with a smile for every vendor. He buys a loaf of warm rosemary garlic bread and a bag of peaches, but he's not shopping. He's preparing to share. He notices Miss Lillian, a widowed woman in her 70s with weathered hands and a slow gait. Her cart wobbles over a crack in the pavement. Jesus is there in a second. "Let me help you with that, Miss Lillian." She's startled. "You know my name?" Jesus nods. "The Father's known it since before you were born." As they walk slowly together, she tells him of her late husband, the silence in her apartment, and how the world feels like it's moved on without her. Jesus listens as if time has paused. "Miss Lillian, the world may forget, but heaven does not. The Father still sings over you." She stops, her lips trembling. "You're not just a man, are you?" "I'm just the one who loves you more than you can ever imagine," he answers. Recess is chaotic at Bond Elementary. Kids racing, jumping, laughing, but one child sits alone on the edge of the blacktop. Malcolm, a fourth grader with deep frowns and tense shoulders, watches the other children play. His backpack is still on, and his fists are clenched. A teacher murmurs to Jesus, "His dad's in prison. He's angry, withdrawn. No one can get through to him." Jesus walks over, crouches low, and speaks softly. "Malcolm, want to play catch?" Malcolm shakes his head. "That's okay," Jesus says. "Want to tell me what's heavy?" After a long silence, Malcolm mutters, "Everybody leaves. Nobody stays." Jesus' eyes glisten. "I'm not leaving. Not today. Not tomorrow." Then he adds, "Even when you feel like hiding, the Father sees you. You're not too broken to be loved." Malcolm doesn't say much, but when the bell rings and Jesus gently tussles his hair, a faint smile flickers. Just a hint, but it's the beginning of something sacred. The sun tilts westward as Jesus walks along the circular path of Lake Ella, where ducks paddle lazily and a musician strums a guitar under a tree. On a bench sit 5 unhoused individuals. Their clothes are worn, their eyes tired. But Jesus doesn't avoid them. He heads straight over toward them. He offers his bread and peaches, passing them out one by one. They talk about shelters, lost families, addiction, the ache of being invisible in your own city. One man named Reggie winces from an infected leg wound. Jesus kneels before him. "You don't have to touch that," Reggie says. "It's ugly." "I touch what others avoid," Jesus replies, washing the wound gently with the water from a bottle. Your worth isn't measured by your past. It's sealed by the Father's love. Reggie stares as the pain fades. You some kind of healer? Jesus smiles. I'm just someone who knows your name. The light fades to amber as Jesus walks into the gardens at the Goodwood Museum, where moss-draped oaks stretch their limbs like arms lifted in worship. He finds a quiet clearing, alone now, and kneels for his final prayer of the day. Father, today I sat with students, elders, children, and the poor. They are all yours. Let the seeds planted today take root. Let them know they are not alone. Walk with them even when they can't see me, especially then. The breeze picks up gently, rustling the branches above. It's as if all creation listens when he speaks. Amen. And so the day ends, not in headlines or fanfare, but in hearts that will never be the same. A student begins to believe he is more than a grade. A widow dares to feel remembered. A child dares to hope again. The homeless remember they're seen. That's what Jesus does. He sees and he stays. Tomorrow he will walk again, perhaps into another city you know, and another life, maybe yours. So come back tomorrow and let's follow his footsteps together, because the more we walk with him, the more we see. And before you leave, I'd like to say a prayer for the hopes, needs, and intentions that you hold in your heart on this day. Are you ready? I'll lead. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. Amen. That was beautiful. Now, if you're not currently a subscriber to this YouTube channel, I'd like to ask you to hit the subscribe button. We'd love to have you, yes, you, as a part of our community. And if you're already part of this community, may God bless you. Now, don't forget, hug your family. They love you. And I'll be back tomorrow, my friends. God bless you, and bye-bye.